What is going on, everyone? Platinum Beast coming at you with yet another video today. Today we're going to be talking specifically about platinum and palladium. What's going on with the spot prices? What are my thoughts on the two metals and how they correlate with one another, and what exactly I think may or may not end up happening in the future for these two metals. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, everyone, so today we're going to be talking about platinum and palladium. I'm going to give a little bit of my thoughts on it and things of that nature. So I've got the screen record going, and we're going to take a look at the spot price charts for both platinum and palladium. We're using Provident Metals spot price charts, but you can really use any of them. As y'all know from my previous videos, you know that I like the Provident Metals charts the best, just visually speaking, but you can use any that you'd like. So, as you can see here, we've got the platinum chart pulled up, and this is the platinum chart for the last year. If we zoom out a bit, we can see for the last, 30 years. But realistically, what we could look at is really just the last, maybe 3, 4, 5 years when comparing platinum and palladium. Because as y'all know, palladium only recently started going to the moon, essentially. But now, palladium looks a lot different. So in the past year, it's been nothing but down, 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 down. So you can easily surmise from this that palladium is very much falling out of favor. Now, the positive to this is it is making it much easier to be able to stack. Okay? So you can stack palladium for almost as much as you would pay to stack platinum. They've almost hit neck and neck prices. Now, what's interesting about that is historically, for the past, let's see where we really started. About 2019, palladium just kind of started going to the moon. There were a few dips here and there. However, it reached $3,000 an ounce, which is just simply insane. Because at $3,000 an ounce, people were like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So those that bought way back in the day actually made out like bandits if they were able to get out at the perfect time. If you're still holding on and you bought back here, you're not really down, but you're not as up as you could have been had you gotten out. As y'all know, I sold my one piece of palladium a couple years back. So I'd like to think that I did pretty decent. That must have been around November or December of 2021. So let's take a look at what the price was back then. As we can see here, it was about $2,000 an ounce. Not bad, not bad. Not the height, but definitely not too shabby. But nonetheless, what we're going to be talking about today is what do I think of these two metals? Being the Platinum Beast, of course, these are my two top focuses. I also buy gold and silver. However, I love platinum and palladium, and I love those metals way more than I do gold and silver. Although I'm not naive to gold and silver's value. However, I just love playing the platinum and palladium game. I like watching the metals and their prices. Now, you might be asking, Platinum Beast, are you going to pick up any palladium now that it's down? Well, as most of y'all can surmise, I assume, most of y'all know that palladium is probably going to dip below platinum. In fact, it almost did here very recently. If we go to the 1 month chart on, let's see, last Friday, I believe it was, it got to 943.09 is what it closed at. Let's take a look at platinum and what it closed at on Friday, 921. So that's within $20, $21, $22 of each other. That was so close. But then it went back up. So now we're sitting at a healthy $1,012 for palladium, and we're sitting at a healthy $931.61 for platinum at the recording of this video. So, with that being said, it's still within the $100 range, but it's not quite down to $20. It's almost like it got a little too close to platinum, and people were like, whoa, 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 we need to fix this, right? I know there's a lot of conspiracy theorists out there that say all of the prices of metals are fixed, and I don't necessarily disagree with that. However, I also don't necessarily put my full faith and credit in that. I'm just kind of unsure on the matter. But nonetheless, platinum and palladium are both priced very nicely. Now, my goal and my plan is to wait to buy palladium until it dips below platinum. As soon as it dips below platinum, I'll probably pick some up. It might go down further, and that's okay, because I think sub 1,000 palladium and sub 1,000 platinum is a decent deal, okay? Now, one thing we can look at is the historic spot price chart, right? So palladium was floating in the 700s for, let's see here, from 2010 to about roughly 2017. So if I had to just take a guess, I'd say we're never going to see these ancient history numbers ever again. However, what is the bottom for palladium? I'm sure that's on a lot of people's minds. Do I get in now? Do I wait? What's the bottom? Well, if you ask me, I'd say it's a lot like platinum, okay? And funny enough, a lot of people think that auto manufacturers and the industries that use palladium are switching back to platinum, and I am one of those people who believes that. So if that's the case, could we see the numbers simply invert each other, right? Could we see platinum go to the moon while palladium floats at its bottom for a long, long time, almost a decade, right? Let's see how long platinum's been floating where it's been at, okay? So platinum was post 1,000 and it dropped below 1,000 back in 2015. And it's been floating there ever since, right around that $1,000 mark. There were a couple of spikes like this in 2021. However, for the most part, it's floated right around that $1,000 mark. You can see on this chart, we haven't seen these highs of the old days since 2015. So it's been about 8 years it's been floating. What's interesting is we look at the palladium chart, and I believe it went from 2010 to 2017, about 7 years of floating around $700. Interesting. Very close to that time frame of never moving. Not going below, but not really going above. Just remaining very stagnant. Okay? So I think that's what we could see with palladium. We could see sub 1,000 palladium for quite a while, and we could see platinum go to the moon. And then maybe one day way in the future, it flips again, or who really knows? Because when you get that far in the future, anything is possible. So, at the end of this video, you're probably asking yourself, should I buy platinum? Should I buy palladium? My personal opinion and what I'm picking up right now is platinum. When platinum goes above 1,000 and palladium goes sub 1,000, right, which is what I believe will happen. Of course, what do I know? I'm just a guy on YouTube. Please don't take my advice as the sound word of God. But I think platinum goes above 1,000, palladium goes below 1,000. I'm going to maybe go 50-50 at that point. I might pick up palladium and platinum and palladium and platinum and palladium and platinum, right? Now, if platinum starts reaching $11, $12, $13, $1,400, I'll start to slow down quite a bit on the platinum holding and focus more on palladium. Because at the end of the day, palladium is a platinum group metal and I'm a platinum beast, so it still counts, in my opinion. However, y'all know my limit that I have set for myself and I've had for a very long time. If you're an old fan of mine, you know I don't buy platinum if it is above $1,500 an ounce. So when I'm buying fractionals, 1/10, my limit is $150 per coin. 1/4, it would be, I don't know the quick math, but something like $325 or something along that line, $330. And then half ounce would be $750 would be my limit. And then 1 ounce would obviously be $1,500. So if we ever get to a point where I can't find any platinum below 1,500, I'm just not going to buy any more platinum. Hopefully at that point, I'll have a nice healthy stack of platinum and I can focus on other metals that I think are a better buy at that time, such as palladium or maybe even silver or gold. But they're very independent from the platinum group metals, So I don't really like to compare those metals to the platinum group metals because obviously they're very different. It's why a lot of people only stick to gold and silver because they're just so different than platinum and palladium. These are heavily industrial metals, extremely rare, but heavily industrial. So the price is affected on a completely different level than your typical hedge metals. So with all that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please let me know what you thought of it down in the comment section down below. Be sure to smash that like button on your way out. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And without further ado, until next time, we'll see y'all.